two away. We are two away. We are one away.
I was going to make it through this. It hits. It's okay, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, the pleb is back. In tonight's report, it appears that Justin Trudeau and Jagmeet Singh's relationship may be coming to an end, as Jagmeet Singh has come out and stated he will no longer support the carbon tax. As well, tonight, Stoner Guy is back with another rant on the government's terrible handling of the Canadian military, and it's absolutely perfect. As well, tonight, the farmers are back, this time in Ontario, out protesting against the carbon tax. You won't want to miss tonight's story. Stick around. Tonight's episode has been brought to you by Beaver Bitcoin. One of the reasons I love Bitcoin so much is that it protects you from tyrannical governments. All you need is some Bitcoin and a cold hardware wallet, and you're protected from governments who love freezing your bank accounts like we have here in Canada. If you want to get some Bitcoin today here in Canada, head over to beaverbitcoin.com/pleb and sign up for an account today. Thank you for sponsoring today's report. And before we start the report, just want to say thank you to everyone who's telling me in the comments that they're being unsubscribed from my channel. For whatever reason, YouTube is still unsubscribing a lot of you. So thank you to everyone who's being vigilant and double checking. And if you're not subscribed already, smash that subscribe button, because I'm going to tell you the news the mainstream media won't. Tonight's story will kick off with Justin Trudeau's #1 sidekick, Jagmeet Singh. Per the latest report here, Jagmeet Singh is Canada's most expensive MP, having claimed more than $533,000 in expenses as an MP in only 9 months of 2023, more than any other parliamentarian. Apparently, Pierre Poilievre spent just $61,000, less than any other MP. So to all the Truanons and these deranged leftists who say Pierre Poilievre lives a lavish life like Justin Trudeau does, well, show them this number, because apparently he's Canada's cheapest member of parliament. And more news is coming out here on Jagmeet Singh, and this is really good news here. Apparently Jagmeet Singh's personal approval rating dips into the negatives for the first time ever, as Canadians blame the NDP for keeping Justin Trudeau in power. And with Jagmeet Singh being a slimy politician and his never-ending desire to hold on to power, Jagmeet went out today and threw us this absolute curveball. Fresh in off my reporting this morning here, Jagmeet Singh stabs Justin Trudeau in the back and announces he will no longer support the carbon tax. What? Even I couldn't believe my ears, but here is Jagmeet Singh saying he will no longer support Trudeau's carbon tax.
Yeah. Do you want to get rid of the consumer carbon price?
Well, what we want to do is we want to lay out our vision, a new Democrat vision for how we tackle the climate crisis. And the thing that we are noticing is that we need big polluters to pay their fair share. We want to stop big polluters, and we want to make sure that there's a cost to that pollution so that we've got to stop them. We need government to take real action. It can't just be that our only approach to fighting the climate crisis is using free market solutions. That is not sufficient to meet the seriousness of what we're up against. And we also don't want this to turn into a question for everyday people that, am I worried about affordability or am I worried about the climate crisis? I don't want that to be the choice that workers and people are having to struggle with. Wow. I don't want the burden to fall on working people. So we want to lay out our plan, which addresses the real solutions and using government power to tackle big polluters, and that unites working people together.
So for the consumer price specifically though, do you want to get rid of it? Do you want to pause it? Do you want to stop the hikes? Like, what are you proposing here?
For our full plan, we're going to release that plan and we're going to present that to the Canadians. So we don't have our full plan laid out, but we have some elements, the principles of our plan. And the principles I want to lay out today were that I find it problematic that the Liberals have set up a divisive system where they're dividing the country. Some people got an advantage very cynically. It was pretty obvious that it was for votes in the Atlantic region, and that's the wrong approach to fighting the climate crisis. It shouldn't be that certain regions get different treatment than other regions. I think that's wrong. I also think that Pierre Poilievre has spent a lot of time making very clear that Pierre Poilievre's approach to have no climate plan, and really his plan is to let big polluters dump toxic waste into our rivers without any regulation. That's what's going to happen.
That
Pollute
is
our
not
air,
true.
pollute the land. I think
That is not true. Jagmeet is lying here.
that is absolutely wrong. So I want to carve out a different path, a new Democrat path, one that acknowledges working people and acknowledges the need for fighting the climate crisis, and that it is going to be working people that bear the brunt of it. So we're starting to chart that course.
So Jagmeet Singh says he doesn't want everyday workers to have to make the choice of caring between affordability and climate change. And the reason he's saying that is because climate change is going to lose every single time. I have never met a working class Canadian who could barely afford to pay their groceries and barely afford their rent who genuinely care about climate change. These people care about survival, and in Trudeau's Canada, it is the Hunger Games. And after hearing the Jagmeet Singh news, Justin Trudeau voiced his disappointment today in Jagmeet Singh at a press conference. Here's the clip.
The NDP is expressing reservations about the carbon tax. What does it signal that you have lost many premiers, and now you may be losing the NDP's support for your plan as well?
I feel for the NDP and for Jagmeet. This is a hard moment. There are political headwinds. There's a lot of political pressure. I'm certainly feeling it. Everyone should be feeling it. By folks out there who are worried about affordability, who are worried about climate change. And
He looks so upset.
My perspective is this is a time to actually do more to fight climate change, not less. To do more to put money in people's pockets. It's not a handful of conservative politicians and premiers that are going to turn me away from continuing the fight against climate change, the fight for a better future, and the fight to put more money in people's pockets.
No, it doesn't. No, it does not put more money in people's pockets. You know what puts more money in people's pockets? Not being taxed to begin with. This is a scam. This is a Ponzi scheme. It's a lie.
So I don't entirely understand the position of the NDP in pulling back both from affordability measures and from the fight against climate change. But I can assure everyone that this government, my government, will continue to step up on the fight against climate change. We'll continue to put more money in families' pockets. As of this coming Monday, the 15th, families right across the country in federal carbon backstop jurisdictions will be receiving the CCR in their bank accounts, the Canada Carbon Rebate, that will give them more money up front than they will be, on average, paying out with the price on pollution.
Oh my gosh.
That's extra money for affordability, for groceries, for costs that families are facing. The Conservatives are telling everyone they will take away those carbon rebate checks and step back in the fight against climate change.
Good.
It's unfortunate that their arguments seem to be resonating with the NDP.
And Canadians. Have you seen the polling numbers, Justin? Have you seen the polling numbers? Justin Trudeau is down bad at the moment. I mean, his polling numbers are the lowest they've ever been. He's completely lost the debate on the carbon tax, and it appears that his relationship with Jagmeet Singh is on the rocks. Could Justin Trudeau be headed for his second divorce in only a few months? I guess we'll find out. In our next story, with the Liberal Party polling lower than they've ever polled before and a seeming desire to keep doubling down on their stupidity, well, the Liberal Party released another Alex Jones ad, and it's absolutely hilarious.
No matter what the nation states try, the globalists will dominate.
A group of globalist billionaires.
The World Economic Forum is a globalist organization of the UN to penetrate governments.
We will ban all of my ministers and top government officials from any involvement in the World Economic Forum.
And out of that, they will call for central bank digital currencies to be rolled out.
The central bank is now promoting a possible proposal to bring in a digital currency.
You get the internet ID. That's then tied to your digital global ID that tracks everywhere you go, what you do, what you buy.
To answer your question, I will never allow the government to impose a digital ID.
Nice. Nice. Only the liberals can put out an attack ad on somebody and somehow make them look cooler. These people really suck at their jobs. And Alex Jones seems to be enjoying this rivalry with the Liberal Party, as he replied to one of their attack ads on him and ratioed the Liberal Party, saying that the WEF is going down. Hilarious. We truly live in a clown world in Canada, and someone who is so good at calling out their bullshit is none other than Stoner Guy, who's back on the show with another rant, and this time it's about our woke military.
Over the past 3 years, more people have left than have entered. That is frankly, it's a death spiral for the Canadian Armed Forces.
I haven't read anything about this or anything. I'm just going purely on instinct here, but I'm thinking that one of the reasons why recruitment might be down is because who in their right fucking mind would join Canada's military under this government?
Right?
6 years ago, that's pre-COVID, remember, when this country was still kind of livable but teetering, a veteran asked Justin Trudeau why he was fighting veterans in court for benefits that they were promised. They were asking for more than we could give. Remember that answer? That was a lie. Apparently, we had billions upon billions. You just didn't want to give any of it to our military unless it was to pay for men's tampons or to help veterans sign up for MAID. Your government spent $40 million fighting veterans, asking for what amounted to $1 billion and change, if I remember. People who served this country, and for almost all of them at great personal cost, because military life in general just comes at great personal cost. That's why it's so honorable. It's not like being prime minister. But I digress. There was an estimated $90 billion just in fiscal waste during COVID. See what I did there? $21 billion to Stellantis and Volkswagen, an investment that will take 50 years just to break even if everything goes well, and it isn't going well. $4 billion to Ukraine, a country our prime minister speaks of with more passion and more zeal than I've ever seen him express about this country.
True.
$2 billion to a company I can't tell you the name of because it doesn't exist. $2 billion to invest in AI companies, like what we did with the electric car companies, invest our money in them and then force us to buy their product. How can we lose? $600 million to build shitty houses quickly because, unlike conservatives, liberals are taking Canada forward with wartime housing and windmills. $60 million for a Arrive scam, and that's only an estimate. We can't really determine the actual cost because it was so poorly managed and documented, so incompetently handled from start to finish that one would almost have to believe it was done on purpose. $10 million to Loblaw for green freezers because freezing in the streets is good enough for Canadian veterans, but, not our food.
Facts.
The list goes on to the tune of, I think, over $600 billion now, almost as much as Trudeau has gotten in free vacations from close family friends. So it's just a guess, but maybe that's why recruitment is down. Maybe it's because your government shows nothing but contempt for the people it serves, and even more so for the people you ask to serve it. Maybe no one wants to stand on guard for thee when the only veterans your government ever stood for were Ukrainian Nazis.
Woo-hoo-hoo! Beautifully said, Stoner Guy. This guy truly speaks for me. And I don't know about you guys, but I would love to see Stoner Guy get on a stage with Justin Trudeau and watch them both debate. It would be absolutely glorious. In our next story, the farmer protests are still going strong here in Canada. And Lincoln J was in Ontario to cover this, where a convoy of tractors and farmer supporters went out to protest Trudeau's carbon tax. Gotta love the convoy of tractors here. Stop the carbon tax. Let's go, farmers. Honk honk. And the cars supporting them. We support the farmers over here on this channel. No farmers, no food. They have the most essential job in all of Canada. And another reason I love the farmers so much is, well, there's been a trend going on around Canada where the farmers just cannot stop trolling Justin Trudeau. A new sign has emerged in a farmer's field here, and we're going to zoom in. As it says, F Trudeau, Jagmeet does. Excellent work, farmers. I'm looking forward to seeing more of your signs that I could feature here on this channel because they always make me crack up. Excellent work. In our last story of the night, well, the youth are not okay here in Justin Trudeau's Canada. An artist by the name of Sienna Garda has put out this song about Justin Trudeau that is so incredibly deep and touching that we'll end off tonight's show listening to it. For those of you who are going to want to share this, the post is on her wall. It's her pinned tweet. It says, "Song is done, recording soon. Thanks for all the love so far. Trudeau must go." Her handle is at Sienna Garda. Go give her a follow. Let's listen. All right. He's got some guitar skills.
12-hour days and shitty pay. Feeling guilty for the cold food you ate. While Mr. Prime Minister boards a private plane.
Yes.
Paid off in taxes and full of cocaine.
What? She
forgo the funeral, do away with the rites. Just leave my body under the Capitol porch light. Leave out the speeches, do not make a fuss. But don't die thinking that they think about us.
Facts.
Oh, don't die thinking that they think about us.
Powerful. Was that a song or a legitimate cry for help? I mean, you could see it in her face right now. Like, the face says it all. It's truly sad to see an entire generation that's hopeless, an entire generation that feels they'll never own a home in this country, that the Canadian dream is dead for them. And it reflects in the polling numbers here. Look at the latest polling numbers from Polling Canada. This is the vote intention from 30 to 44-year-olds. 30 years old is usually where you're going to buy your first home. And look at these numbers here. The Conservatives are at 42% in that age group. A 20% lead on the Liberals. Ouch. And to put another nail in the coffin of Justin Trudeau's political career here, this latest data is pretty wild. Men and women are all voting Conservative, something we don't normally see here in this country. But yes, amongst female voters, the Conservatives are ahead by 15%. That's absolutely nuts. Yes, Justin Trudeau has broken Canada. He's screwed an entire generation from ever owning a home. But if I could give you guys any kind of hope here, is that Justin Trudeau is going to lose the next election in the most epic fashion possible, and I can't wait. All right, guys, enjoy your weekend, but let me ask you these questions here. Do you think that Justin Trudeau and Jagmeet Singh are heading towards a breakup, or is this just more political BS from Jagmeet? Also, what'd you guys think of Stoner Guy's latest rant? I know you guys love the Stoner Guy, but I want to hear it in the comments down below. All right, guys, if you enjoyed today's broadcast and you want to support my channel, do the regular stuff. Like, share, subscribe, tell your friends, or you could buy a Make Canada Great Again hat, and it's right underneath this video, and the perfect gift for someone who likes to trigger the left. My name is the Pleb, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.